Etifo any other from me mobibia kwa abashonko so edeba eye POG Media so mesro bibia sasa afei eno abadwumadi kese we so a obe like obe share no subscribe to the channel no sane ebe ya new political trending videos bia ko twi ko breman babia no wonsa ebetumi akabi abusuafo ene ye call political highway no so no ensem bebre ene aso akote ensem no abi ne sen ensem ni bi ne se eyera John Dramani Mahama ne same jamfimo ena atoto wadran ase and it says see an omode a solar system eba Ghana ha nyina ebetima use solar system ababoy papa abusuafo omo plans we there omo dey atoy no mu kra madwene ho sa menti ase say na Mahama oye campaign ama NDC for oye campaign no okukọ toss no wa akọ solar system asem na ebe and say na all of a sudden solar system etima be share o system and answer o nation building all of a sudden say asema atomi no mu menti ase kra abusuafo men say obi miamre mesrem sem be me akọ tieri okan medam was
the energy over long distances to a particular location, and then we get to a substation, and then we distribute the energy to homes, right? That whole mechanism is very, very expensive because now not only are you paying for generation, but you're also paying for transmission, and then you're also paying for distribution. Mm-hmm. One of the advantages of renewable energy, particularly solar, is that the energy is generated right from the top of your roof, and therefore there is only generation. You are not spending the extra money in the transportation, and then also in transporting the electricity or transmission of the electricity. That way, we are able to stabilize the grid. We are able to ensure uninterrupted power everywhere there is that kind of solar energy installation. Another important reason is that the distributed energy, that is installing solar systems in homes and businesses, creates a number of jobs. It will help to create a number of jobs. Ghana has a lot of lithium. Unfortunately, we mine the lithium and then we export it to other countries for processing. We could have actually been processing our own lithium here. The main reason why I mention lithium is because, all forms or most forms of renewable energy is inconsistent. Like the sun comes on in the morning and then in the evening it is gone. The wind blows for a moment and then the next moment the wind is not blowing. And so you need batteries to stabilize the electricity. And so one of the best batteries we have right now in the world is from lithium. And so we have a lot of lithium resources. We can create thousands of jobs by making sure that we're manufacturing our own batteries, and therefore we are able to store electricity and we're able to stabilize the electricity. That means that everywhere we install solar, we're not going to have any power interruption. And then one of the most important reasons right now is that generation of power using fossil fuel is going up because the cost of fuel keeps going up. And then also the cost of renewable energy, particularly solar energy, is going down. So when you look at all these reasons, climate change, environment, when you look at the fact that renewable energy, solar energy is cheaper than getting power from the grid or from fossil fuel, when you look at the fact that we can create thousands of jobs, these are all numerous reasons why we should be considering solar energy right now.
What's interesting, the COPs, COP26, COP27, we've all been talking about renewable sources of energy and even how to do it, especially in the context of Africa. But that is where Translight Solar comes into the picture.
That's right.
How specifically are you feeding into the solar market? What are your offerings basically to the Ghanaian public?
That's a great question. So Translight Solar, we started in 2014. Back then, our vision has been singular, that Africa has had only one way of generating electricity, and that is generating electricity at one destination and transmitting it, transporting it to the next destination. And therefore, since we have the abundance of sunlight, we should come with a business model where we can now install solar energy or power generation systems in various homes and businesses and generate electricity right from that location, right? Like I just said, the beauty of it is that you're able to ensure there's no power interruption, and then over the years, the cost of the system is way, way cheaper. So,
and even quickly on that, especially for homes that have them, usually they generate in excess, and the excess goes to the national grid.
That is very true.
It helps the national grid as well when it comes to sustainability of electricity, especially for industry and others, right?
That is 100% correct. Energy Commission of Ghana has done a pilot where they need to roll out what we call the bidirectional meters. That is, when you generate electricity and it is going to the grid, the excess is going to the grid, you can't actually be credited for it. And that is what most of us in the industry are waiting for, its full rollout, so we can benefit from that. So Translight Solar, there are different forms of solar installations. There is the upgrade. That is when you install solar and you're completely not connected to the grid at all. Then there is the grid connected. That is when you install solar either with batteries or without batteries, but you have ECG connected. The role that we play is that we play mostly in all these three places. Off-grid installations, we built some mini-grids in villages where we are the main source of electricity for solar irrigation and food processing. And also, we've installed over 3,000 systems over the last 10 years, both residential and commercial. The residential installations normally would include batteries. So there are three main components of our solar systems. You have the solar panels that would normally go on top of the roof. Then you have the inverters that normally will sit inside the house with the batteries. For the past 5 years, we've migrated to lithium batteries, which is usually able to last for over 10 years. And therefore, most of them would actually go for 15 years. And therefore, there is that stability that we lack. We didn't have that stability when we were using the lead acid batteries, many years ago when we started this business. So the role that we play is in migrating homes and then also into businesses. For large companies, we install solar mainly to reduce the cost of their electricity. So we don't normally install batteries when we come to large companies. We did that for Rockstars. We've done that for a lot of other companies, Dan Adams, and a number of companies that we've installed solar for Scamberg, and a number of other companies that we've installed solar for.
And to make it more attractive, as you do these installations, over time, when you start, if you're purchasing the batteries, if you're purchasing the storage units, if you're purchasing the solar panels, sometimes many Ghanaians, though prices of panels have fallen over the years and over the last decade, some people still think, it's a bit of cost. But in the end, if you look at how much savings you will make over time, the quantum is huge. What, from your experience, can you share with people in industry, people in their own residences, when it comes to the savings from solar energy?
This is a very, very important question. So when it comes to the savings, this is how solar works. Before I explain the savings, this is how solar works. Normally, you would install the inverter, which is the brain of the solar system inside the house. And the inverters that we use these days, especially for the residents, take multiple sources of electricity. So it will take the power from the solar panels. It will also take the power from the batteries, and then it will take power from the grid, from ECG. You would connect it to the grid. But the beauty of it is that as soon as the sun comes up, all the appliances, your air conditioning, your TV, your blender, your microwave, your lighting system, computers, all the systems that are connected to the solar system to draw power, switch to using the power from the solar panels. So although ECG is connected or the grid is connected, it is not going. The inverter is smart enough to say the sun is up, don't use power from the grid. That is how you save, because the power from the sun is free. And so far as you've paid for the equipment, you're getting a free resource, right, from the sun. Now, the balance of electricity is the balance of energy generated is put in the batteries for nighttime use. So usually by 4 p.m., by 5 p.m., depending upon the sun's irradiation, the system will switch to the batteries. And you would normally stay on the battery depending upon how much energy you are drawing. Yeah. You would normally stay on the battery to like 10 p.m., 12 p.m. It all depends on how much energy you are drawing, right? So even up until that time, you're using very little electricity from.
So what it means is, in the day, once the sun comes up, you are saving, and at night, what the battery stores is also being used till some part of dawn. So it means your electricity consumption will be minimal.
Very, very minimal. That is how you save on the cost of electricity. But we do a lot of programming, and then we look at lifestyles. So we program the system in such a way that when you have used the top 30% or the top maximum 40% of the electricity, then we switch you to the grid, because there could be power outage. So we switch you to the grid, right? So you always have some kind of reserve energy in the battery. Should there be a power outage, then automatically that reserve energy in the battery takes over.
It kicks in.
So you not only do you reduce the cost of electricity, you have no power interruption. There is no power interruption when you start with the battery.
This is very, it is top technology, and in solar, if you're able to get this, we know what the implications are. But right now, I'm sure a lot of people watching us are interested. The question is, where are you located? How can they reach you?
So it's important that I clarify or I land on this point before we go. One of the most important things that the company, a lot of people are complaining about right now are the upfront cost. And that is why they say solar is expensive, right? Is the upfront cost. Normally, our systems will start from 49,000 Ghana cedis. And so going upwards to 100,000, depending upon 200,000, depending upon the system that you need, right? And that is why people say solar is expensive. But we've listened to our customers, and so now we have introduced the Translite FlexiPay with a small down payment, 10%, 20%, 30% down payment. We will install the solar system for you immediately, both residential and commercial. Usually commercial, there is no down payment. We would allow you to pay for it over a period of 8 years with no down payment. But residential, we will take a little down payment, maybe 10%, 20%, 30%, and allow you to pay the balance over a period of 2 to 3 years. There are some special cases where we can even extend it to 5 years.
Okay.
So the Translite FlexiPay is a game changer. We launched it in January this year, and a lot of people are signing up on it.
So people can pay small.
People can pay small.
I'm sure now they are waiting for your phone number and where you're located so they can.
Exactly. So our telephone number is 050-424-9229. Again, it's 050-424-9229.
One last time.
050-424-9229. Can I give you a second number? A second number is 020-654-2454. 020-654-2454. You can find us at on translitesolar.com and translitesolar.com on the internet. You can also send us information at info@translitesolar.com. Even on our website, we always usually have people waiting for a chat. If you don't feel like calling, you can also chat on the website, and either way we'll take care of you. We are one of the companies that get a lot of referrals because of the excellent customer service. And it is important to add that we're the only company that installs a proprietary monitoring solar system in the solar installation. Therefore, when we install solar, we are able to monitor the system, and should something go wrong, we can actually come to your house and fix it even before you even notice that
that's
something
why
is wrong.
People are going to be calling those numbers and reaching out. We proffer them to you, Translite Solar Limited. And of course, we've just been having an interaction with the CEO, Kobina Nyante. Well, do stick and stay with us. Let me let you know, though, that at some point in the show, we'll be putting out passcodes for Zoom connections, because today is Independence Day. We want to hear what you have to say, what you think the state of affairs is, the Ghana you want. So we'll put the passcode out there for Zoom, and at the appropriate time, we shall have you.
For ya do bibia waje bre etimi ne yadi sa adwumade we abesi sam prempren so na nkopon on show bibia oje bre ne he sa adwumade we si sam prempren so ya bedo bibia ase e ma ore mfi ade ba ko se obe like no wa share be subscribe to the channel no notification bell no so se ne we political trending news bia e ko twi ko bre my political trending news bia nenam from mu ya na POG Media and I wonsa enso ebetimi aka that was